Well, it is the end of the year, and there's so many other things that you have to be thinking about when it comes to decisions regarding medical supplies, insurance, things like that. And David Wolf, you always have some great answers for the folks who.
It's time of year.
It is.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
There's some things at the end of the year. Most people have used their insurance, and their deductible's been covered. So there may be a chance that there's something that might be thinking about, and we've got lift chairs, scooters. This may be a chance to do it. You can jump in here, and we'll try our very best to get it delivered before December 25th. And
that'd be great.
Deliver it to the house, or before the end of the year, so your deductible doesn't start up again.
Right.
It's always, I'm sure. I've been married a long time, but it's sometimes your gifts aren't always as romantic as your first year's. But a new lift chair is a wonderful, warm gift.
Well, yes, it is, and especially if it's somebody that needs it.
Absolutely.
You just can't get up, down as mobile anymore. Maybe, could be age, could be from surgery.
Yes.
A surgery of sorts that you really need that little extra lift to get up out of there. So
nice.
That's why you have a great selection of them here.
And we got a bunch of swatches, so we can get them custom made, any color you like. So
okay, try to match it up to whatever furniture you have.
And the other big news is we had opened up the CPAP store on Old Pass Road, and it was just for the sake of ending some of the confusion. We had the CPAP place by Grace, and then we had our store on Broad Avenue. They were only a mile apart.
Right.
So instead of having two separate, we moved the CPAP store into the Broad Avenue store. And that's where we are now.
Where we are now, okay.
1120 Broad Avenue, just south of Memorial Hospital. So you can come in, and we have the CPAPs, and we have the respiratory therapist in the building at all times. So you can come over, and it has been such a convenience to have both knowledgeable people, because a lot of CPAP users, they can come in, they'll pick up something else, diabetic shoes or a brace or whatever. So it's a.
You got the little pillow things that help you sleep good at night.
Anything to make you more comfortable. That's
exactly
what we're about. So it's made it one-stop shop. One-stop shop. It was nice to have a separate building, of course, it really was, but. Heck, economy and everything else. If we can get all done in the same place, it works. So
that's true. And the great thing always about Grace Healthcare is, as you said, coming here with CPAP supplies, you have a lot of great other things that people pick up. This is the time of year when a lot of sports going on, sports injuries. You might need a leg brace, boot, something like that, sprained ankle, back brace. There's so many different things that you have.
And there's some, when I said the one-stop shop, there's something it's a real important part of our business, and I really feel like it needs to be pointed out that a lot of things that we do, even as short as a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, the reimbursement by Medicare or private insurance was much better. It was just, I'll just say that. And because of reimbursement cuts, and I'm not here whining about it, I'm just saying this is the world we live in. So you have to make adjustments. So what we've done is there are still people that need these items. Although reimbursement, or what we get paid, we don't make as much for it with them as we used to, but we're turning around and saying we're still going to offer it. We just have to sell more of other things.
Right.
And we're not taking it off our list. It's kind of like you go into a restaurant, and if they have something on there on the menu that it may not make much money on, but people like it.
Right.
We're going to leave it on there.
That's right, because there's other things that they might buy, appetizers, beverages, things like that.
Right. Walkers, wheelchairs.
You see, I've been there a few times.
But it's one of these things you got to take the good, and the good with the not so great.
Right.
And there are other companies, and maybe they're smarter than me. That's entirely possible, but they're focusing on one certain item and dropping all the others.
Right.
Well, look, I want you to be on board with us. We're going to make sure you get everything you need, whether it's a ventilator, whether it's a CPAP, whether it's a lift chair, whether it's diabetic shoes. We have people trained to do all these things, instead of.
And I think you hit a key thing there. You have people that are trained with all these things, because some people think, well, I'll just go online. I'll just shop online someplace.
I'm
okay, fine. You do that. But when it comes to the customer service, and you might get this in the mail, it's like, this wasn't what I thought it was. This wasn't right. You have the professional people here that are trained to work with people.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a side to us. You know, once again, it's instead of trying to, we're not big enough to change the way things are done. And how often people will go into a store, and I've done it. I've walked into a store and I've seen something, then I'll turn around and pull my phone up and see how much I can get it for online. Mm-hmm. We do it. That's just Nate. That's the way it is today.
That's what we,
I'll tell you what, if you come into Grace Healthcare and you pull up your phone and you pull up the same item and you can match it, the exact same scooter as this, show it to us. We'll give it a try. We might be able to come close. We might be able to sell it for the same price. You don't know until you ask.
Right.
But we have an online store, and our price is on there. For us to be competitive, we've been online for 7 years. For us to be competitive, we sell things at a different price online. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. If you see it, and you just want it delivered to your house in 3 days or 4 days, whatever, just like the online service, and you want to pay the shipping, fine, we'll do that. We'll match it. You know, but it's not the same as coming into a store.
Yes.
Sitting in this thing and finding out, you know what, I don't like the way this arm is. You know, you're not going to get that. Try to send one of these back when you buy it on eBay. You know,
no.
It just, look, I've tried it. I've bought all kinds of crazy things I've tried to buy on eBay, and when you have an issue, that's where it makes it tough.
Yeah.
So if you buy something, whether it's a cane, whether it's a scooter, mm-hmm. if you want to buy it online, give Grace Healthcare a shot. Chances are we'll come real close in price, if not beat the price.
Definitely.
And it's worth trying. Always nice. We're actually in the store live, and we have great customers coming in.
Yeah. Yes. Always do, and you know, the people are always,
Hey,
they come in
over here.
and they leave, and they
What's your
leave
name?
with a smile.
Was it?
Caden.
Caden. You're on TV, man. How about that?
Merry Christmas to you, Caden.
Merry Christmas.
I like your Star Wars shirt.
Thank you for coming in the store.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, you need any kind of medical supplies. Of course, the insurance at the end of the year. What you can do is come into any of the locations of Grace Healthcare. We are located right now on Broad Avenue, and don't forget, the CPAP store is now here at the Broad Avenue location of Grace Healthcare.